court I know is probably a tough taste in your mouth right now, but the season as a whole, I mean, what are the emotions like on the final day of the season right now?
Yeah, man, really proud of this team, man. I feel like all season we had this, I don't want to say chip on our shoulder, but, the narrative about our team was that we weren't going to be very good. And we knew in this locker room the type of character, the type of players that we had in here, and we didn't just have to go out there and showcase it. And, there were some weeks that we didn't perform how we wanted to, and there's some weeks that we showed the flashes of, us being a really, really good team. And today we just, was one of those days where we didn't execute how we wanted to. And, the Bills had a really good game plan. They came out and executed really well. And, I mean, it's not much you can do when you're playing against a really good team and you're not executing the way that you want to execute. And it was just, a tough day in the office. But season as a whole, man, I'm really proud of this team, really proud of every single person that, comes to work for us. And that includes, I know I always tell you guys, but that includes our practice squad guys. They don't get enough love, but those guys, man, they're part of this team just as much as the guys who suit up week in and week out. And we have a lot of really good guys in this locker room.
What did you learn about playoff football today that maybe you didn't know before today?
It's a regular game. We just didn't perform how we were supposed to perform. I mean, if this was a Week 10 game, it would be the same. I would give you the same answer. We just didn't perform. We didn't stay on the field. We didn't convert third downs. Our best possession that we had, the ball, was the very first possession, and then the 2-minute drill that we did right before halftime. I mean, any game that you play in, whether it's a playoff game or, like I said, a Week 10 game, shoots, you're not going to have success, too much success, I should say, overall in the game.
We've talked to you at a lot of end of seasons last game. Besides this being one extra game, does it feel different going into this offseason, looking into next year, than maybe some previous years for you?
1,000%. Man, I got a chance to go around and talk to pretty much almost every single player in the locker room, and for us to be able to know this feeling, to know that we're capable of being able to be a playoff team, and that this isn't the end-all be-all. We want to be Super Bowl champions. But, in order to be able to be Super Bowl champions, you got to be able to get into the playoffs. And we were able to accomplish that this year. Not saying that was our end goal. But in order to, like I said, in order to be able to be a Super Bowl champion, you have to be able to get into the playoffs. And we know what that feels like now. We know what it takes to be able to become a playoff team and to be a playoff team. And the new standard has been set for this organization and for this team at, relative to as of late. It's now the Denver Broncos must be a playoff team. That now becomes where our mindset is, and it's no longer we need to break the curse. We need to break the curse. It's not like we have a really good team, we have really good players, and we did a lot with less. Hearing guys talk about the whole cap situation, I wasn't too much aware of it. I've heard people talk about it, but you look at the situation that we had, and you look at all the different chips that were put against us, and we came out and performed. We had, like I said, we had a really good locker room, and I think the standard has been set, and I looking forward to going into this offseason to see where this team continues to go. I think that there's a lot of promise for what we have and what's to come.